We're live. All right. With him at the I Am Jake Jamboree in New Hampshire. So he has a really cruiser. So let's hear some of what you got in this thing.
All right. This is a 97 Toyota Land Cruiser. So, first of all, she's old. I bought this thing, it was already done up, and my intentions were I'll just buy it and drive it the way it is. And then I started taking things apart. First of all, it's a 97 Land Cruiser. So there it is right there.
Here, let me turn the camera
There
around.
you go. That's what I was kind of alluding to.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a 97 Land Cruiser. As you can see, it's been monster line. People was originally white. Thing on this is basically aftermarket. The 4x4 Labs bumpers, the Warren VR 12,000S winch. Land Cruiser Grills makes the front grill for this thing. KC Highlights 50-inch Gravity Pro bar. And that's a Magliona Auto Home tent, rooftop tent. You saw the one that I had.
You had a different one, but
I did. I thought this would be a little bit better. I'm still kind of debating whether I'm going to keep this one or sell the other one. But at any rate, so we're at the front of the truck. Let's just look at the engine while we're right here, because this is what seems to get everybody excited.
yeah, everyone loves the supercharger.
So I've been four-wheeling with Kyle the last day or two, and then we also did it last weekend with the other YouTuber, I Am Jake, who coincidentally rolled in the driveway the same time I did yesterday, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, we had a whole lot of rigs here.
A whole lot of rigs were here yesterday. All right, so under the hood you have the world famous 1FZ FE engine. These things can run with no oil, they can run with no water, so forth and so on, but I don't do that. TRD supercharger. I've got dual.
Oh, I think we're back.
You're back.
We're back. All right.
We're in a very, very undisclosed location, so internet service is tough. Under the hood, dual Odyssey Extremes. I've got my own fuse panel that I put in. I did all the wiring. I did all the work on this. This truck was already built, and then I just went ridiculous with it. It's got a 6-inch lift, Dobinson springs. It's got King reservoir shocks. Everything's covered with mud right now, but you can see them. 37-inch Nitto mud grappler tires. Underneath, this truck was factory. It's got triple lockers from the factory, so front, rear, and center lock. Superior Engineering control arms from Australia. I scored those on eBay for basically next to nothing. I've got onboard air. On the other side, underneath the rock sliders, is my air tank.
That's a really cool setup. I like that.
Well, nobody else did it. I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but it did. Front runner slimline rack. I made these brackets and powder coated them myself, so don't laugh, but they worked because they didn't offer anything to hold these 47-pound KC highlights. These lights,
Those things are heavy, but
they're
they work.
ridiculously bright, and they don't take any juice. The battery doesn't move when those things are running. I put Corbeau seats in it. I did a little bit of the interior work. I had Dallas Custom Wheels rewrap my steering wheel because it was a nightmare. Magellan TRX front and rear cameras built into the truck, so we can videotape anything, so forth, so on. Rear view camera built into the Kenwood stereo. The stereo is actually louder than the tires are because Nitto mud grapplers are loud.
Yeah, and you kind of need a loud stereo in a Jeep or any lifted vehicle with big heavy tires.
This came with leather from the factory. I still have the original sticker. In '97, this thing sold for $57,000, which is insane to me.
That's unbelievable.
It is what it is. This is my refrigerator. It's a winter 45 quart. It's always running. It runs off the second battery. These gull wings are made by a company called Yoda Tech. I had one by Land Cruiser Phil, but these are much better.
I like those flip up doors.
Well,
That's awesome.
Because everyone wants one of these because it looks overland, having the rear dual swing out.
Yep.
It's a pain in the ass. This allows you to get in and get at your tools or whatever else, or your,
Yeah, nice and quick and easy. You don't
Yep.
have to undo 10 million things to get to it.
And I haven't done it yet, but you can mount your first aid kits, your fire extinguishers, because I have lots of fire extinguishers, including Halon, right here in the front. Just in case. Right next to my big bag of peanuts and Targets, I have Halon, just in case. It's got separately switched lights all the way around. Rigids pointing forward, rigids pointing backwards, KC's in the front.
So you won't be afraid of the dark
I
anyway.
am afraid of the dark. I'm a city boy, so when I come out here, last night you could see the Milky Way. You can't see that from where I live, man. So it's
No.
amazing. The drawers, this was originally, I built this so that it went straight across, and I've torn it apart 3 separate times. I keep my spare in the rear now. I built a bracket to hold it. It's bolted down to where the 3rd row seats went. It works perfect. And it's better than having a 110-pound tire hanging this far over the axle.
Oh, I got someone commenting, Craig Anderson. He said good morning.
What's up?
So good morning, Craig.
This is made by Wagon Gear. They make, a lot of guys make these.
That's really handy to
Well, it works out well because
put some extra stuff that you need. And
yep. Supercharger rent, ball peen hammer, rags, gloves, chairs, solar, and zip ties.
Easily
when all
accessible.
Else fails, man.
Yes, zip
When
tie
all
it.
else fails, zip tie it. This is a 4x-Labs rear bumper, and these things work amazingly well.
It doesn't rattle or anything going down the road.
Nothing. This truck's been across the country. I've had it for 2 years. It's been across the country about 7 times. Moab, Uray, New Mexico, Uwharrie Forest down in North Carolina. I meet up with a lot of my subscribers for prepping, training, or just meeting them to say hello. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really cool.
And if I did that paying out of my pocket to stay in a hotel, it wouldn't work. I literally live out of this truck. All I do is pay for gas, and I carry enough in case I need spare parts, something to that effect.
Yeah, something breaks drive shaft.
That's it. That's it. I go through drive shafts like people go through toothpicks. In the rear right here, I have my ARB right in there, ARB twin compressor and a 1,000-watt pure sine wave inverter. I use the pure sine wave. I don't even know if there's anything to it, but I use it because, like you, I charge a lot of electronics, and I don't want to risk.
Yeah, you don't want your
spiking
camera
it.
being shocked or
I
something.
don't
So
want anything like that to happen. It could be all bullshit. That's made by Go Power, and it works really, really well. There's a guy called Phillips Solar. He's going to offer some solar kits from the panel to the inverter, all made in America. He's on Instagram, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming up on my Jailbreak Overland channel. And then everything else, tools, my solar panel, if I need to set it up, it's on a 30-foot lead. I plug it into my front bumper, and it'll charge the batteries while I'm idle. But
yeah, I saw you had that out when we were at the J Jamboree. That thing's awesome.
Yep.
Folds right out.
And it works really well, and everything in here is secure. Because if this truck happens to go over,
Yeah, you don't want to lose everything going
I don't want
everywhere.
anything, I don't want.
Especially that big old tire coming at you or
What
something.
killed them? The rollover killed them. No, he got hit in the head with a cordless chainsaw.
Yeah, you wouldn't get back from that.
Negative. But
Yeah, so as you can see, it's pretty muddy too, because we hit the trails yesterday and we hit Cat Hole, and it's pretty muddy up there right now.
It's amazing. We went through some serious water, and it's astounding to me that for as built as this truck is, I had trouble in a couple of spots where your truck just rolled right through, no problem. Especially that deep mud yesterday.
Yeah, those tread right tires are holding up really well.
It's amazing. Nitto mud grapplers. We did a trail a couple of weeks ago. You, I, Matt, and the Kilted Jeep. Your truck did all 4 of them actually.
It didn't really spin the tires, and if I do a little bit, it'll warm those tires right up, and it just takes right off.
No, you had the least amount of wheel spin. I watched the video.
And that video is going to be up soon, so make sure you guys stay.
Rubicon, right? That was an awesome truck.
Yeah, this guy takes his brand new Rubicon, like JLU, like brand new, and we gave it some new dents and dings at the skid plates.
Once.
It did quite amazing for what it is.
All this stuff, this custom bar work was done by the previous owner. He had this all done. So this is basically permanent. If this comes down, the entire bumper has to come down.
That's pretty crazy.
I've got it. Well, it saved the truck a couple of times because I've seen the video. It's still up on YouTube where the previous owner puts this on its side. Straight over. Ba-boom.
Yeah, and that's going to offer the protection so you don't have to do body work.
And I mean, like I said, this truck's been to Moab numerous times. All the best spots you can find in the United States and the places that...
Oh, the Kilted Jeepers watching now.
Nice. the place that's put this to the test more than any other, right here in the Northeast. The trails that we have are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
You're threading a needle, you're driving up rocks, you're going through insanely deep water.
Everything's muddy and wet.
So I think that's pretty much it. I mean, anything else you can think of? I do have this. I've got a Cobra CB with a fire stick, just for when we're on the trails. I carry I have all sorts of snatch block, Bubba rope, high lift jack, Warren winch, and we never use it, but it's always to pull somebody else out, so it's good to have.
Yeah, it's always good to, you're preparing more for someone else than you are yourself.
That's it. The only downfall to having a supercharged truck is that it has to run on super unleaded. So
that gets expensive gas.
When I travel, I carry super because some places, Navajo Nation, some places in Utah and some places in Colorado, they only have 91 octane.
Well, if you can find it cheaper, stock up and get a few extra cans.
That's it. So she's fully armored, iron pig skid plates underneath, and it always gets me back one way or the other. There's one other thing too that you might want to take a look at. I think you're going to be reviewing one of these.
Oh, Kyle Dixon asks, what's your dashboard look like? I have an 80.
Right here. Show him.
This is what...
This is from Australia. It goes right over inflation stuff in here, unless you have without it, like I
Yeah.
I put this Tuffy console in. I wired up all my factory switches. These are all my lights right in the front of the Tuffy. This is lockable.
That's handy to have right there.
And I got all new leather done just because you know, I'm not married.
Over the top.
Not married, no kids. And I just wired up certain things like this. So there's a stream light that's always charging.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to need a flash.
Even though it's telling us it's not.
Okay, I think we're back on. Yes.
So we were talking to the YouTuber I Am Jake and his best friend Ben yesterday. You're going to be doing a walk around of his vehicle next week, right?
Yep, yeah, we're going to check his rig out. We'll do another live stream, so hopefully on... I don't know what day yet, but
it's yet to be announced.
Exactly.
Yet to be announced, but that'll be good because Jade's a really good setup. I mean, these guys
that thing is
living
awesome.
In a doorless, topless Jeep on the road. They really are. They're not staying in motels.
Yeah, rain's a big concern, so they have to be able to stay dry, especially with no doors. So.
I use a roof tent, man.
Yeah, way nicer staying in that, I bet.
So, at any rate. I really appreciate your time, Kyle.
Oh, not a problem. I appreciate you showing us the rig.
No problem.
Show you around the yard a little bit here.
The
yard. Got tools everywhere, Mudzilla. Got all the carpets out because we had like a foot of water in the Jeep.
We went wheeling yesterday, and Kyle had water blowing up. The water was so deep, it was like a geyser coming up through because he didn't have his floor plugs in. How badass is that?
Coming in the drain holes, so.
And then this is Project X.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a name. I've heard some really cool names like Q-Tip or I've been calling it the No Name Jeep so far. But she's back up, and if you guys haven't seen the update video, I did that and she wasn't starting. But check this out now. She does start.
Yeah, go ahead. We've also been doing a lot of survival and prepping stuff up here. We may be making videos on that, just FYI. She lives.
And it runs really well. It purrs like a kitten.
Nice.
182,000 miles.
Nice. This is where all the magic happens.
Yep, the Bearded Jeeper Studios and...
That's it. And
so
Kyle was teaching me a little editing this morning, so hopefully my off-road videos come out a little bit.
Yeah, Richie's gonna be a professional editor when we're done with him, or
try
at least as close as you can get.
The always gonna collapse, and we're all screwed anyways. But at least we'll have editing.
Exactly.
All right, guys.
So let's flip this back around, and thanks for tuning in to my very first live stream. If you guys liked this walk around, give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know what vehicles you want me to walk around. I'll try to get to as many different vehicles as I can, and we'll make sure you guys can see what you want to see.
That's it.
So, all right, let's end
Richie
it.
from Boston, Jailbreak Overlander, and the Bearded Jeeper in person. We are out.
Out. If we can end this.
It's hard. I don't know how to do that. Hit the X. There's an X someplace.
There it is.
We're still alive.